here in Wellington, New Zealand, and so excited to do this Build Lab. It is the third Azure project that we have released. It's part of the series, and I'll be doing this live with you. I'm honestly feeling a little nervous about this because I haven't completed part two. So I'm so happy that Shane is here. He is now an Azure expert. So good to have you here, Shane. Jaffe, good to see you. I think we saw each other in the previous event, and you are joining from Lagos. Am I right? Shane, you are LOLing, laughing out loud. You're supposed to sell down, not up. Sell down? What am I selling down? All right, let's go. So let me tell you about this project. Um I'm really excited about this project. It is orchestrating parallel event streams with Azure. Great project to understand how serverless systems work, run, how you have systems like Discord, Twitch that really need to run event streams in parallel. And all of our projects are designed to be beginner friendly. Of course, the more experience you have with certain tools, the more easier it would be. But we're always open to feedback about how your learning is. You can always use the ask feature over here to help you guide through the projects as you go. And we have such a wonderful community here at NextWork that is always helping one another with questions and answers and just in general, a wonderful place to learn. Hi, Moses, where are you joining from? Okay. Anybody doing this project with me? Shane, have you already completed the project? I'm going to give you the link. This is the project we're working on today. Okay. And this is a new little thing that we've added. When was the project refreshed? Not necessarily released. Refreshed meaning that if it's an older project and um, some learner in the community has told us that um, some of the steps are outdated, or sometimes the AWS console has changed or Azure console has changed. 22nd of January is the last day we've checked to make sure that everything is accurate. So this project was last refreshed on 22nd Jan, which for some folks might still be today. All right, let's look through this, shall we? 30-second summary. With every NextWork project, we do a quick summary of what to expect. Is this project really meant for you? Do you want to do this project? Quick summary. Part of handling apps with large volume is working out how to run multiple events in parallel. You might need to update stats, send alerts, and log analytics all at the same time. Doing all these events in parallel helps to prevent your app from slowing down and crashing. Toyota uses Azure Durable Functions to coordinate parallel processing across engineering teams, specifically for their OBS system. You will wait. Let me check this. What is there a oh? We have dotted lines, meaning that we have definitions. I do not see. Sometimes it takes time. Um, the first time the definition will take time. After that, you'll see it all the time. See? Um, all right. You'll build this in exact same pattern, creating orchestrations with durable functions that fan out to multiple activities in parallel, aggregate stats in real time, retry failed operations to keep your app stable and running. Now, if that made no sense to you, you can always say, hey, tell me about this project. Give me a bullet point summary of what I'm going to learn and what level this project is, overall recommendation for who should do this project. All right, what am I going to learn? How durable functions enable complex stateful workflows and fan out, fan in pattern for parallel processing. Again, you can see the dotted lines if you want more details on what these things are. Using Azure storage queues to buffer events and prevent system overload. Storing NoSQL data with Azure Cosmos DB and implementing data aggregation patterns. Building resilient applications that can handle high volumes of events, update stats, send alerts, and log analytics simultaneously. Applying Python for serverless deployment on Azure. The difficulty is mildly spicy. Who should do this project? This project is ideal for developers who want to learn how to build scalable and resilient event-driven applications on Azure. It's great for, oh, it gives you the track guidance. Look at that. Beginners who want step-by-step guidance. If you're looking for challenge, more independent learning, do the some guidance. If you just want like the most minimal instructions, jump right into the no guidance approach. Oh, Moses is joining from Cape Town. Let me connect you with Momi. Momi is also in South Africa. All right. Hello, hello. We have Venkata Tea Party. I love that name. I love that name. Tea Party sounds so much fun. And I don't know, maybe because I have more context on Indian names, I can imagine what the real name is, and it sounds like Tea Party. Is that the intent? Venkata, tell me. Put it in the chat. Let me know. Good to have you here. And where are you joining from? All right. No. Okay. As always, every project has a embedded video, a demo that shows you how to do the project. Hold on, let's see. It's supposed to be very personalized so that if you are the kind of person who wants a video while doing the project, you get that too. All right, let's go. Let's do the quiz. All right, Venkata Tea Tea Party. Venkata Tea Party. Am I saying it right? I think so. Joining from Orlando, Florida. That's awesome. Beautiful. All right, I need your help to do this quiz. Venkata, are you familiar with Azure? I need all your expertise. Roy, Shane, Venkata, Slot, let's do this. What is the primary purpose of using an Azure storage queue in this event-driven streaming backend? A, to store real-time statistics for immediate display. B, to orchestrate parallel processing of events. C, to provide a persistent storage layer for the function apps code. Or D, to buffer incoming stream events and prevent the backend from being overwhelmed. feel like the name says orchestrate. Um, I don't know if I want to store real-time statistics to provide a persistent storage layer, to buffer incoming stream events sounds about right too. If you go with B, I'll go with D. Hey, if I had to do 50-50, that's what I would have gone through too. You know, like the who wants to be with a millionaire? Who wants to be? What's the millionaire show again? Who wants to be a millionaire? Got it. Okay. All right. I think we've got majority for D. I'm going to go with D. Let's do this. All right. The context states that the queue buffers incoming stream events to prevent the system from getting overwhelmed, a pattern known as the queue-based load leveling. All right. Nice work. How do Azure durable functions contribute to processing stream events in parallel within this project? A, they provide a stateless execution environment for quick event handling. B, they enable fan out, fan in pattern to coordinate multiple activities simultaneously and wait for their completion. C, they automatically scale the underlying virtual machines based on traffic spikes. Or D, they allow for direct synchronous communication between event producers and consumers. What are we going with? Oh, Venkata says D again. All right, I'm gonna go with D. Roy, any thoughts? I see we've got F GNU T. I'm gonna go with D, all right? It's incorrect. Oh, Roy says A, let's do A. A is also incorrect. Man, tricky one. I'm gonna go with B. It's E? It's B. Yeah, it's to enable the fan out, fan in pattern. And I think we briefly talked about it in the here, durable functions, enable complex stateful workflows, and the fan out, fan in pattern processing. Oh, clicking unnecessary things. Let me click the ask and hit next question. Okay. According to the secret mission section, what production grade air handling mechanisms are suggested for the orchestration? A, using retry policies with exponential backoff and dead letter queues for permanently failed events. B, implementing immediate server restarts and manual data recovery. C, disabling error logging to prevent system slowdowns during failures. Or D, shifting all processing to a backup region immediately upon any error. I think you're right, Roy. A sounds about right. I also see in the little preview here, it's about handling failures like a pro. Don't go near secret mission today. Did you already finish the project, Roy? Oh my goodness. No. Have you done the rest of the project? I mean, how do you know? Don't go near the secret mission today. What is the primary function of upsert item when updating statistics in Cosmos DB's stats container? It's hard when you don't know much about Azure, but this is the primary function upsert item when updating statistics in Cosmos DBs. I'm thinking Q stacks, but maybe I'm really off. It only inserts a new document if one with the same ID does not already exist. It updates a document if it exists or inserts a new one if it doesn't. Deletes a document if it exists, otherwise nothing. Or D, it updates an existing document if one with the same ID is found. I want to say B. Can I go with B? All right. Upsert. It's a combination of update and insert. In the context of Azure durable functions, what is the role of the activity function? A, it performs the actual work or a specific task within the orchestration. B, it defines the workflow logic and coordinates the execution of other functions. C, it initiates the durable function orchestration when an external event occurs. Or D, it manages the state and history of the entire durable function instance. Any suggestion? I think I'm going to go with C. Yeah, Venkata agrees. No. All right, C is incorrect. Roy says B. B is also incorrect. What is going on, team? Go for D. Okay, if it's not C, D, or B, it has to be A. And if it's not A, there's an error in the quiz. Let's find out. A is correct. In the context of Azure durable functions, the role of an activity function is that it performs the actual work or a specific task within the orchestration. All right. Okay. Why does the project use two separate Cosmos DB containers, analytics and stats, both partitioned by stream ID? Okay. A, to store different types of data for different access patterns, raw events in analytics, and aggregated counts in stats. B, to separate data based on its sensitivity level, with stats being more secure. C, to allow different teams to manage their own data independently within the same database. Or D, to provide redundancy and disaster recovery for the event data. So I'm going to eliminate C and D. B doesn't make sense either, so I'm going to go with A. Okay. Phew, man. All right. All right, so what are we going to build in this project? In this project, we're building stream alerts into an Azure storage queue and use durable function orchestration to update stats, send alerts, log analytics, all at the same time. And we're doing this using Cosmos DB. I'm going to build stream alerts into Azure, use durable function orchestration, and I'll use Cosmos DB to make stats available to any developers who are interested. Okay. Venkata, tell me, have you done a NextWork project before, or are you completely new to NextWork? I'm happy to show you all the features of what happens when you do a project. For example, when you complete a task, you get a documentation. Isn't that cool? And you can always share this with people. tell me a little bit about um, yourself. And I'm pretty sure I've seen you in our community chats before, so it's good to see you again. All right, build your event buffer. Every enterprise system that handles unpredictable traffic uses some form of message queue. When Toyota's engineering systems need to coordinate work across multiple teams, or when fintech platforms process thousands of payroll transaction queues prevent the system from getting overwhelmed. You create an Azure storage queue that buffers incoming stream events, followers, subscriptions, and donations. This is the first layer of resilience in your event-driven architecture. All right, so have I done parts 1 and 2? I've only done one. Or I can say I've started from, I'm going to start from scratch. I've only completed part 1. So now I have steps that will tell me how to recreate part 2, which is cool. All right, just checking. Roy and Shane, I think Shane has completed part 1 and 2. Roy is towards the end of 3, and I am still on part 1. You'll need to complete part 2, AI content moderation, before continuing. Oh, goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's a whole project that I would want to do. Now, the benefit of doing all the projects in sequence is that you get much more explanation. So all our projects at NextWork are designed to be 60 to 90 minutes long, depending on if you have troubleshooting exercise, troubleshooting errors, it might take longer, but the idea is that you have 60 to 90 minutes and you should be able to complete the project. Of course, if you've done part 1 and then part 2, and then you go to part 3, it will take less time. Sometimes if you haven't done the projects, it might take 90 minutes just to do part 1. And then um, and then you add another 90 minutes. So Roy says secret mission last step is where I am at. How is the project, Roy? Did you is it spicy? Is it easy peasy? How would you rate it on a level of 1 to 10, 10 being the spiciest project you've ever done on NextWork? Oh no, Shane, I didn't bring enough Tums. Hello, hello, Nat. We are talking about how spicy this project is. I'm a little, um, I think I'm dragging my introduction because I'm so scared to start the project. Truth be told. And we've got Venkata on this call, which is awesome because he's an AWS pro, and he's just keen to. I think he's chilling and watching me suffer with Azure. I do have to say, Shane gave this amazing post where he said that now, after doing a couple of NextWork projects on Azure, he is now feeling very comfortable with um, NextWork, with Azure. Let me close my comment browser and use my Chrome, and I'm going to open open my Azure. Where is Azure? All right, Azure portal, we're opening it. Okay, oops, 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 oops. Putting it on the left. I'm going to copy this here and then just close this. All right. All right. All right. I was just thinking it would be cool if we had a checkbox here and I could just check to see, do I have all the resources I need to do this project? Because I did part one, but I don't think I completed part one secret mission, and I might need that. And if I had a checklist to just go through and see and make sure that I have everything I need, that would have been super useful. So now I'm just going to click on I need to start from scratch and then go through this. For all of you who are just joining in, I'm sending the link to the project that we are working on. Hello, hello. Hi, Nick. I see you. I'd love to know where you're joining from. All right, so I am going to select I need to start from scratch. And even though I'm not starting from scratch, I'm just going to go through and make sure I have everything. But just letting you know that whenever you do a NextWork project and start one, there's never an assumption that you need any prerequisites. If there is, we will tell you upfront and we'll walk you the steps or give you the resources that you need to go and do whatever you need to do. Ah, Indianapolis. Nice. Good to have you here, Nick. Tell us a little bit about your cloud background. Are you an AWS kind of person? Are you a Azure kind of person or a GCP kind of person? Or are you an AI, no cloud for you kind of person? Or are you just completely new to tech? All right, so I'm going to create a resource. I think I have my resource group, which is streaming backend RG. I've installed all this, so this is all good to go. Do I have my streaming backend storage? Streaming backend storage 1 is what I've called it because that's my uniquely global name. Would be nice if this was a variable that I could update if I have a new name. And function app. Do I have a function app? I think I took a long time to create a function app, but I do have it and it's called Streaming Backend 1. It says Streaming Backend. Okay, yeah, Streaming Backend 1 is my function app. Okay, cool. So I have that too. And now I need to add Cosmos DB. All right, let me go and quickly check if I have my Cosmos DB. I think, what is this? Okay, let me go back. I am actually quite new to Azure. So sometimes finding things takes me a little bit of time. All right, streaming backend Cosmos 1. This is my Cosmos DB. I think I have everything I need. What else do I need? So create database, streaming DB, copy the primary connection string to my function apps configuration as Cosmos DB connection. Let me go back to my function app. And I want to go to add or edit application setting. Cosmos connection string. And then I have it set up. All right. So now I'm at part 2. So, okay, I did have my part 1 done and I am at part 2. Awesome. Okay. Nick says Nick is primarily AWS, but also GCP, never used Azure. That's what got me interested to join here. Very cool. I love that. Yeah. Nice way to round up all your cloud expertise. All right, so I'm going to Google AI Studio. And um, add AI moderation. Okay, so this is a continuation of project 2, which I'm doing in this lab. So project 2 would have more details about it and have all the step-by-step details on it. Okay, am I logged in? Yes, oh no. Let me log out here. And log in to my NextWork account. Hey. All right. Opening up my Google AI Studio again. Sorry, guys. Just logging out of certain accounts and logging back into my NextWork account. Okay. All right, so I need to get API key, create API key, and then create key, create violations container. In CosmoDB stream ID. All right, the steps are they're not as detailed because there's a lot of assumption that it's there in the first project. Create violations container in Cosmos DB. Where's my Cosmos DB? Create violation container in CosmoDB. How do I do that? Add container. Violations container. Oh, here's the little screenshot that I can use. So I click on use existing. I have the streaming DB container ID. I'll enter violations. And then I enter stream ID. Okay. Create. Oh, okay. I should hit okay. Create moderation pie with cursor prompt for Gemini integration. Update post. Right, I think it might be easier if I go to the second project. and get all the context from there. All right. Venkata, if you're still with me, yes, you guys are still here. This is the first project. It's always best if you start with the first one and you work your way through. I am doing one project a day, and sometimes I don't finish a project in the time I have set, so I end up having to play catch up. And honestly, it's also been an experiment for us to see um, what it's like to do a project a day and how many hours does a learner really need to set aside to do a project. So it's been a lot of learning for us for sure. Okay, so I have Cosmos DB. This is second project, and I'm going to do this project and say I've completed part 1 plus secret mission. So this is where I have detailed feedback, detailed instructions on what needs to be done. So I'm going to go through this really quickly. And I think, oh no, I haven't done all this, have I? No, I just did. I created the API key, but I don't think I did any of this. All right, choose an imported project dropdown and then create project. I'm just going to call it my API key so that I can tell the difference between all the other keys I have. Okay, it says my API key here. And then click on choose an imported project drop down. And where exactly is that? Choose. Click on choose an imported project drop down. When I create an API key, what am I missing? Okay, so this is my API key. Here? Okay, let me go slow. All right. Okay. All right. So I see the Google AI Studio dashboard. In the left sidebar, click Get API Key. Yes, I did that. In the top right, click Create API Key. Yes, I had done that too. A dialog will appear and you name it My API Key. So yes, I've named it My API Key. And then it says click on, oh, okay. So maybe it's in here, or maybe, let me delete this and let me create a new one. Sometimes it's okay to go slow. See, this was where I had to select it. All right, so I'm going to call it My API Key, and I'm going to choose a project, choose an imported project, and I say create project. And then in the project name, so after I select create project, Then I get the option to name it my new project, and then I hit create project. And voila, my new project is created. Okay. So new project created. Now API key setup is ready to go. Oh, good tip from Roy. Put my underscore API underscore key so that you don't have to adjust since Azure naming schemes. Is that a tip because you understand? Oh, because did I not rename it? What am I doing, Roy? What am I doing? So I'm in home, I go to my dashboard. Oh, I could have sworn that I created a project. Yes, so I have a new project. There's no key in here. But didn't we create the key? What? Azure doesn't like spaces. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so I've created a new project, but I didn't create a new API key. All right, I really thought I did, but my bad. So I'm gonna take Roy's tip, and maybe would you recommend that we update the project so that the name of the key is my underscore new underscore, no, sorry, what was the name of that API key? My underscore API underscore key. Like, should we update the project? Is that a tip you have? I thought it's in the project somewhere. It's in the project, but there's spaces. It in the name to create an API key, it's got spaces. So okay, click on the choose an imported project drop down and create project, create key. How long does it take Maya to create an API key within that project? Oh no, it's the wrong project. What did I do? Let me go back. Okay, one more time. I'm gonna delete this project. I'm really gonna focus, okay? I'm clearly getting a little distracted. This is my API key, deleting this now. One last time, this is it. This is it. I'm gonna do it right this time. So I'm gonna create a key. I'm going to call it my underscore API underscore key. And under imported project, I'm going to select my new project and create key. Okay, now I am all set and ready to go. Click on copy icon when you're ready, and then have a screenshot of your Gemini key. Sure. All right. How did you create your Gemini key? I created a Gemini key by um, going to AI Studio and creating a API key inside a project. An API key is used to authenticate requests, authenticate requests to a service. Okay. Oh, there's a comment from YouTube saying, "Hey, what are we working on?" So let me send you the project link. We are working on an Azure project, and it's the third project of the series. I'm sending you the first project because I'm playing a little bit of catch up. Good to have you here. Data Metal Machine. And Data Metal Machine asks, you have pop-ups blocked. I wonder what pop-ups you're referring to. I don't see any pop-ups blocked here. All right. Add API key to Azure function app. So now we need to go to Azure. Where's my function app? Home, function app. And then we want to click add. What am I, where is clicking? Where do I click add? I'm adding, oh, in the environment variables, okay. Environment variables, click add. And then add the following setting. Gemini, API key, and click on apply. Ah, Roy, yes, we are on different projects. I'm on project 2 only because I found that the instructions that were telling me to do project 3, the instructions in project 3 that would tell me how to catch up were not step by step enough for me, so I'm going back to project 2 to catch up. But Roy, are you saying that the instructions in project 2 is different from the instructions in project 3? All right, add the following setting, name Gemini API key, paste your Gemini API key, and hit apply. Did that. Click on apply again, and confirm to reset and restart the app. Okay. Successfully saved. Yay. Now, your answer, my question, it is more detailed. Yeah, your answer, my question. It's more detailed. Yeah. Actually, ideally, it should have everything. We want that project 3 to have all the detail that you need to start from scratch. But because I know the inside secrets of how to get more detail, I went into the other project. But yeah, like in this case, for example, we've got part 2, add AI moderation, create API key, and then it jumps so much, like add Gemini API key, but I didn't even create the new project. And I just felt that it was it was easier to go and find all the instructions, especially if I want to complete this project, I need to do that. So, yeah. Was that your struggle yesterday? Why? Did you delete all the keys? Did you have to start from scratch? That's interesting. I would imagine that you would have just continued on. Also, let me read Nick's comment. Nick says, started programming back in 2009, doing web development, worked with multiple startups, and attempted creating my own dev studio on a couple of occasions unsuccessfully. And I'm currently going all in doing that with a couple of talented friends. Wow, so cool. Amazing. All right, so now before we write code, let's understand how to design prompts for AI classification tasks. For content moderation, you want AI to analyze the content, categorize it, and then return structured response you can parse. So this is the prompt strategy we use. I'm going to take this and go into cursor. Comment from Shane. I'm having issues with this project as well as the third one. You mean the second one? No. I kept all the resources from 1 and 2, but now I'm coming into a bunch of errors as well. Currently troubleshooting and trying to figure it out. All right, need the Tums today, huh? All right, so I've copied the prompt that I'm going to use to create the content moderation. It says here, before we write code, let's understand how to design prompts for AI classification, but um, I think are we missing a step here? What is the name of the file? Is it in the prompt? Let me see. You are a content moderator for a live streaming chat platform. Analyze the following message and classify it. So this is before we write code, let's understand how to design prompts for AI classification. And we've been given a prompt, so now we have an explanation of why we structure prompts this way. So we're saying that when we send a message, respond with a JSON object. Is it allowed, true or false? Category clean, toxic spam, harassment, confidence. Give me like a confidence of between 0 to 1, and give me an explanation. All right. So I'm going to take the screenshot of the Azure configuration. I don't know. I want a screenshot of Azure configuration of the function app. Okay, I think, where's my Gemini API key? That should be in the environment variables. I'm gonna go take a screenshot of this and add the whole thing here, okay? And then how did I configure the API key in Azure? By going into function app and adding an environment variable called Gemini API key. All right, done. What is this thing doing here? Am I supposed to do something with this? There is, it's just a understanding. Here's the prompt strategy we'll use. Hmm. And this is project 2 of the Azure. Hello, hello. Good morning, Rajneesh. How are you today? How was badminton? Did you go for badminton today? Rajneesh? Are you there? Knock, knock. Right, so back to Chrome. I've got all of this done. Now I'm going to add AI moderation to the API. Here's where the magic begins. You're about to transform your basic message endpoint into real-time content filter, and I'm going to skip these pieces just because I want to catch up to project 3, right? So I'm going to create the violations container. Go to Cosmos DB. And then select, oh, I think I did create this. Let me check really quickly. Yep, I see violations. So I was following today's project and I was able to get this piece done. And all of this is done. All right, so container created, sure. Happy to give you a screenshot of this. There you go. All right. Okay, but I just remembered that I want to get the steps done, not the documentation done. Hello, hello, Bonestein from, not sure. Where are you joining from, Bonestein? We are doing an Azure project. Would love to have you join the party. Come and join us on Discord or feel free to do the project along with us. We are doing the orchestrating parallel event streams. Would love to have you join the Discord chats. We have a bit of a party going on here. We've got Roy and Shane and Nick joining from the US, Arizona, Texas, Florida, and Rajneesh joining from India, and Nat and I joining from New Zealand. Where are you joining from, Bonestein? Hold on. I really appreciate you bearing with me as I jump through multiple projects in trying to complete part 3. So I have part 3 open here, and then I'm also following the steps from part 2, just so that I can catch up. Oh no, Rajneesh didn't go for badminton today because it's raining. You know, today I thought it was gonna rain, but I guess it's just a windy day here in Wellington. Right, Nat? Is it supposed to rain? All right, so I have a violations container. Oh, and I have done that. Yep, yep. Okay, so now open your project in Cursor. Opening Cursor, yes. And I want to open the folder, streaming backend project folder. All of this is done. And then here is where we are creating a Python module called moderation that checks messages for toxic content using Gemini API. Awesome. So get the API key from the environment variable. Oh, interesting. All right, let's try this. Let's do this. So we go into Cursor. I have a violations API file. And now I am just going to create a new file. And it's going to be called moderation.py, which I haven't done yet. So we'll create a new chat. And I'm going to enter this and see what happens. Oh, very, very windy for Rajneesh. And it might rain soon for us. Shane is experiencing snowstorms or preparing for snowstorms, right, Shane? And then we have Dennis. Hello, Dennis. Good to have you here. Whoa. I think, are you impacted by the snowstorm too, Roy? So we've created a file called moderation, amazing. And what this file does is it reads the Gemini API key from the environment variables and it uses Gemini 2.5 Flash. There's a check message function. It sends messages to Gemini with a classification prompt, returns a dictionary, which is either which has is allowed, category, confidence and reason, all the criteria that we said that we wanted. Everything looks good. I'm gonna say yes, keep all. So now we go back and we've accepted the changes. We've created moderation.py. There is a check message function right here. And if you are completely new to Python, this is a great way of learning Python and trying to understand each line. You can use cursor to help you understand. You can look at the comments that it has. You can also use the ask feature and try to make sure that you can understand the code as it's generated. It's totally fine, depending on where you are at and what you're trying to learn, to take it slow, ask a lot of questions, be super curious. Question AI, especially if you're using it to build things. Use AI as a tool to learn. All right, so we have all these. Now update the post message endpoint. In the cursor chat, send this prompt. And this one, update my Azure function post to add content moderation. And again, the cool thing about this little jumpy icon, look at this squiggling. It's like, ask me, use me, use me. Can you hear the voice that it's like, see, use me, click me. So then if you click it, it will tell you exactly what that prompt is designed for. So feel free to use that as much as you can to understand exactly what you're doing. Now we add this in here, and this is to update the post message endpoint. So we're adding this, sending this prompt to cursor chat, and we go create. All right. Dennis, where are you joining from? I know, right? Exactly. 100%. Wait for this one. It's like, and have you noticed this is the only one that has the animation? It's like we're trying to nudge. Do you see that? Not for the copy, not for the expand, for this one. It's like, ask me, ask me, ask me. You know, Roy had this great idea about, was it Roy? Maybe it's not Roy. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just putting your name for everything now. Of having like voice effects, sound effects. I think Maximus suggested it too. It's like if you complete something or you add a task and then you have like a sound effect, like a clap or ta-da, or some sound effect, and so with the ask me, it's like if you go hover on it and it goes, ask me, ask me. Okay. All right, I'm getting too comfortable, aren't I? Sean's idea was better with the virtual video for each one. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's check on the cursor. Dennis, I still don't know where you're joining from. Okay, so we made a new post. What did we add? In the function API, in the function app py. Okay, here we've we're checking the message for toxic content. There's an if else logic of what happens if a message is not allowed. So we want to save it to the violations container that we just created in Cosmos DB. And yeah, everything looks good. So here we have the details for the Cosmos DB, and we will say keep all. Okay. All right, so cursor will modify your function app py file and click accept. Now cursor might respond with something like this above, which means that it's added from moderation import check message, created a get violations container. Yes. And cursor might have added the requests library to your requirements. Oh, let's find out. So we're looking for in the requirements text, we see the request. Look at that. All done for us by cursor. Thank you, cursor. Yes, it worked. So let's add a screenshot of your moderation code. So either moderation py or function app py. Let's go with moderation py. And I'm going to add this little bit. Okay. And I will return to later. This is also a really cool feature. You can mark for review. So I know folks like to add their screenshots because that is something they don't have to come back and revisit. But in terms of writing and answering the question, it might like, I know learners do this. They mark it as for review. So then when they're done with the project, they can come back and clean it up. And when you mark for review, you can always just find it very easily. So you can see task and review. Nifty little feature. Who uses this? Does anybody mark for review? Shane, Roy, Rajneesh, Nick? All right, watch your AI block toxic messages. What? Roy, you have not seen that till now? I am shocked. What? Okay, okay. So you won't see it. I mean, you can return to later, which means it will be marked as um, on review for review. But you can also like type something and then come and then decide, okay, you don't want to hit submit. I want to return to later. Either way, it saves whatever you have. So save. Um, yeah, but if you edit this, hold on, edit answer, and then la, and then you say return to later. Yeah, you can come back. And then when you go through this, you'll know what you have to go and complete, and you can go back. See? Nifty little feature. I thought that closes the window. Like you need a break. No, no, we don't let you go that easily. Like you thought it closes the which window? The entire project window? No, no. Cool, I'm glad you learned something, Roy. I'm so happy. I'm glad I could show you that feature. Let me know if you find it useful. We have Data Metal Machine who's still watching and says, doesn't use the mark for review. Yeah. All right. I'm getting so distracted. I just have so much fun and I make sound effects when I get so excited. Look at me. What am I going to do with myself? All right. Cursor added request for me. Yes, it did. And this is the one where I uploaded the screenshot. I don't like the answer that I have, so I'm going to come back to it later. Cool. Thank you. Watch your AI block toxic messages. This is the moment of truth. You're about to deploy your moderation system and watch it catch toxic content in real time, just like these systems protecting millions of users on platforms like Twitch and Discord. So in this step, oh, I'm going to mark the review because I'm not a fill out stuff. Again, reminder, I'm supposed to be doing the next project. I'm just doing this project to catch up, and I find the instructions in this project very useful, more detailed. So just going back to get it done. All right, so we're going to deploy to Azure. Time to deploy your updated code to Azure Functions. Open the terminal in your code editor and make sure you're in your streaming backend project folder. So let me open Cursor. Streaming backend project folder, yes. And now I am going to create a new terminal. Okay, we have that. And this is where we deploy our updated code to Azure Functions. Moment of truth. Oh, of course. I always do this, guys. It's Streaming Backend 1. That's my project name. Ah, light mode. Hello, Soheb. Good to see you here again. Yeah, I'm I'm not afraid to say I use light mode on cursor. Oh, you did mention the naming scheme too, didn't you? Yeah, I've been noting it since the first project because that particular, like all the resources that require unique global names or globally unique names, um, it's going to vary for each person, and it would be useful to have that throughout. Just kidding. Light mode is not too bad. Yeah. I think it always depends, right? If, I don't know, how many of you like natural light? Because if you are in a very dark room and you don't like light at all, then dark mode makes sense because you have it's less strain for the eyes. But here right now, the sun is like there's an open window right in front of me. It's huge, and I get so much natural light just in my face that the dark mode is so like my eyes struggle with that. So when you have natural light, I think it helps to have light mode, which makes sense, right? Which makes sense as to why our screens can have auto modes. Like if it's in daytime, it uses light mode, and if you're in at night, you use dark mode. It makes sense. And then I also feel like as you get older, start squinting, and then you're like, "Oh, I can't see." I'm a warm light 2007 K person. Do you like stepping out? Do you like the sun, Roy? Or are you more like a vampire who likes nighttime? Right, so, going back to my cursor, I've pushed it. Everything looks successful. Woohoo! Let's go test it out, shall we? So deployment succeeded. Copy the function URL from the output. Where's my output? Right here. And let me check it out. Oops. Whoa. This is beautiful. Is this what I'm supposed to see? Test it with toxic messages. Okay. Open a new terminal in your code editor by clicking the plus sign and running this command to send a toxic message. Oops, 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 oops. See, it's the little jumpy animation that gets me. Okay. And the content is terrible choice. I remember your comment, Shane, saying terrible choice was not good content. It was not, didn't catch it as toxic. Oh, Roy says I was from the island, so I already got a lot of sun. I have a good relationship with the sun. I prefer indoor. You know, I've noticed this. Everyone who is um, from the islands or um, tropical environments, they tend to prefer indoors. Oh, Shane says I had to get mean because terrible choice was just not enough. All right, all right, all right. So I should receive a 403 response like this. Mm, let's try. I had to go really, really mean. Message was allowed. So if the message wasn't blocked and AI classified differently, hmm, all right, I didn't get an error, but I don't know if I got the output that I want because I put this and oh, it said ID content username timestamp. I don't know if that's what I need to see. I need I need an error. I need message blocked, right? But I don't think I'm even getting um yeah, I would have liked to see what I'm supposed to see. Change terrible choices. All right, give me a suggestion. What do I say? How terrible do I have to be? I don't know if I can get meaner than this. Oh, there's a comment from a Data Metal Machine. Leet hackers use dark mode. Okay, translate this for me, can you? Oh, Nick says, this chat sucks. Okay, Discord will ban me. I don't think Discord will ban you. Okay, let's see. This, oh, okay. Okay, hold on. You're an idiot, is what I'm typing. You're an idiot. Aw. Okay, oops. Let me try it again. The what I want is okay. Hold on. I want to copy this. You know, it would be cool if I could edit it right here. That's okay. That's okay. All right. Here, I'm going to go back and say, you're terrible. No, you're an idiot. What am I doing wrong? Oh, because of the quote. Oh no. Silly me. Me wanting to be all grammatically correct, I put an apostrophe. And all right, not my day today. Terminal. Okay, I'm going to copy this and change the message to say what an idiot. I don't think that was a problem, was it? No error there. What if I put capital letters? Would that help? What's a mean message? Um, this sucks. No, nothing is mean enough. Come on, help me, guys. Um, awful, terrible, disgusting, yucky, cannot watch this nonsense. All right. Okay, you are stupid. All right, let's try that. Shane says that's the message that worked for him. That's the, all right, capital letter helps. Okay. So what do I do now? Do I have to get meaner than this? This is toxic message, guys. Like, Gemini, come on, help me out here. All right, if the message was allowed, AI classified it differently, so try more explicit test cases. I don't want to get more explicit on this build lab, so maybe the API key is not set. Let's check the configuration in the Azure portal and check the Gemini API. So let me try that. So I have my Azure portal. I go to the Gemini key. Where do I find it? Go to configuration in the Azure portal. So let's go to home. Configuration. Where would I find it? In the function app? Configuration? Configuration or environment settings? I'm gonna go to environment variables and I see Gemini API key. I think it is set up. Oh, that's not my key. Silly, silly, silly me. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Save it, apply, apply. Let's not confirm. Boy. You gotta push again. Where do I go to push? Refresh here. Publish on my local. Oh, right. Okay. 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 Roy, you're so awesome. Okay. You know what I'm realizing though? It takes me, it took me 2 days to do the first project. And then I think today I'm gonna end up finishing yesterday's project. But it's cool to know, you know? Oh, I'm still stuck on the last step. I have 20 debugs. I have to debug and fix. Okay, so I've pushed it. Now I want to test my message again. Post. Oh, I don't have it here. Okay. No worries. I can copy it again. Should I try terrible choice? Let me try it. Oh my goodness, it said it's a toxic tone. It worked for me. Terrible choice was seen as toxic tone. Whoa, this is so cool. So exciting. Oh no, 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 no. I didn't, all that like extra stuff, I didn't have to do it. Just had to go and put in the KPI. Silly me. Sometimes you do silly things. All right, please tell me you'll ask for a screenshot because I'm very proud of this. Yay! Thank you. And then I will mark this as later and I will come back. Okay. I think I have to call it a day, guys, but I had so much fun. This was probably my highlight of my Azure project series. I'm kind of beginning to like Azure, I guess. Because when things work, there's nothing more exciting, you know? Roy said I put that on my post. Yeah. Uh-oh, Maya has a meeting with HR. Oh my goodness. It's a good thing our team doesn't have HR yet. We're just too small for that. If anything, Nat is our HR manager. Roy and Shane, I had a question. If you guys have questions, you ask the other developers. Nick says, awesome. All I want to do now is to create a UI for your chat. Oh yeah, that would be a great extension for this project. Nick, I would love for you to do this project and then do one more level and say, I am building a UI for this. That would be so epic. So awesome. Data Metal Machine, are you still there? It was so good to have you here. Data Metal Machine and Bonestein. All right. I'm gonna call it a day, guys. Sohib, how are you? How have you been with your master's program, the project that you're working on? I feel like it's been a while since I heard your voice, but always good to see you guys. Roy and Shane, I know you. And yeah, looks like an all-nighter with the Azure project or with the error, with the hacked, what was it? The problem that you were running with your client. Oh my goodness, Roy, you're right. I sometimes by the end of the day, I can barely form sentences. It's crazy. Oh, that's solved. Yay. Go you, Shane. Of course you would sort that out. Soab says, I'm still trying to understand the assignment, especially how to simulate the results and for the betting algorithm. It'd be cool. I think it would be cool to check in with Sean too, because he has a lot of experience with that. All right. All right, guys. So exciting. I'm so glad you guys joined in. Thank you, Roy, Nick, Shane, Sohib, Sloth, for tuning in today for yet another Build Lab. Can I also just tell you about the upcoming event? I feel like you might have already heard it from me, but if you're joining in on YouTube and you have no idea what I'm talking about, let me tell you about the events that are coming up. So this was project 3 of the Azure series, and tomorrow we've got the final project, which is like pushing it out and you completing a CI/CD pipeline with um, with Azure. And that is going to be led by Nico from Manila, Philippines. And then we've got our security Sundays because it's a Sunday here in Wellington. But for some, it might be a security Saturday. And if it is your security Saturday, then definitely check out this project where you'll be building an AI powered S3 security scanner. And that's going to be led by Nicole from India. Then we have a little low-key projects. Very nice way to end. A little, a little calming, no tums needed. Where we learn to create your first GitHub Actions portfolio workflow, set up an AI code review for every PR. Sloth, I wonder if this would be something that you might be interested in, having an AI code review for your PRs. And by PR, I mean push request. And then automating with a AI test generator and then building AI stale code detector. Amazing stuff. This is like AI DevOps. Yeah, super exciting. Very excited about the last leg of the 21 and 21. We're almost there. And I will put up a leaderboard sometime before um, the start of next week. So good to have you guys here. Roy says, I can't wait until 21 days is over. Hey, question. We've done 21 and 21. We've done like this intense challenge. What do you want to see in Feb? Let me know. What's our next challenge? And if we had to redo some of the projects, or what if you wanted to learn something new, what does Feb look like for you? What is our new challenge going to be? Oh, Roy says, what's the vision? What's your vision? What's the roadmap? Feb projects. Oh my goodness. I want to see more machine learning projects just for Feb. Okay, all right. I'm going to tell you a little secret. Just a secret. But it'd be cool to have learners designing projects. Whoa. What do you think about that? Like, if Slot says, ML projects, let's go. Or yesterday we had Okasha doing a awesome project demo. What if that just became a project? That'd be so cool. Just something that we're thinking about. But yeah, stay tuned, and we can always come up with our own challenges. So if you have any ideas, drop it in the chat. Let me know. If you missed it, can't find out. All right. Um, I will see you tomorrow. No, you will not see me tomorrow. Just kidding. You will see me on Monday, maybe or Sunday. But stay tuned for Nico's Build Lab. I will be dropping in for sure. And we can complete this series with Nico. Until then, wherever you are, have a wonderful weekend. A good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. See you soon. Bye.